Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, if you go to the X space, if you go to X, there is a story there that has been trending, and I think if you go on your right side, there's a story there about SABASABA March for Our Lives. March for Our Lives. This is more or less the same as the SABASABA that we've always known. The 7th July 2024 is a date that youth protesters have set aside to remember the fallen youths, people who were shot during the demonstration. So that is why you find that if you go to the X, there are people who have shared a certain banner there. Like there is one particular blogger, politician by the name Ali Nur Muhammad, and Ali Nur Muhammad has shared a poster there that reads, "Sabasaba, Zakayo resigned with your puppets. Rise against this corrupt government." And the dress code is supposed to be black, and the meeting point is Nairobi CBD. So I just chose to read the content of that banner. Then if you go down, I'm just scrolling through these X accounts. There is an X handler by the name Gabriel Oguda, who've also shared a similar poster, and in his commentary section, he has written, "I am ready for Sunday, very ready for Sunday." I think that is something you're familiar with. There's another person by the name Kenyan Vigilante. Don't say anything, just like and retweet. The same ban has been shared. So all these things point to the same thing, the SABASABA, which is going to be a call to have all those youths, comrades, troop to Nairobi CBD and march in remembrance of those youths who were shot by the police and killed by the police. So I want to give you a brief history of SABASABA and why, and the correlation between the SABASABA that we are likely to experience on the 7th July 2024 and the one that was held in 2023 by Raila Odinga and the one that took place 33 years ago during Moi's rule. But before we get there, please like this video. It's so important if you like this video. I'm so grateful for everyone who has been liking our videos. I don't take that for granted. Subscribe to our channel if you don't subscribe before, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. Now, allow me to take you back in the days, to the days of Moi, because this issue of SABASABA, if you go by the history, it started in somewhere there, July 7th, 1990 there. So I'll give you a brief history. In July 7th, 1990, the first SABASABA was a bloody day. The call for multipartyism had triggered a fury bottled up for many years by Kenyans, especially the youth. Kenyans born in 1960s and 70s had only witnessed Kenyatta and Moi's oppression and not the direct rule of the colonialists. The earlier generation who lived under colonial rule somehow were mesmerized by the freedom they were experiencing under the black rulers, which then compared to what they were going through under the colonial rule, tested, felt and looked like true freedom. One cannot underestimate the suffering and struggle to kick out the colonial government. It is therefore fair to argue that they were both tired and traumatized, but also mesmerized by the new freedom, not to notice that indeed there was not much change in political leadership. The white rulers had been replaced by the black rulers, but their attitude and agenda towards the people did not change. There were people who were born between 60s and 70s. Those groups had not experienced the colonialists, how people are colonized, the separations that Kenyans went through. So they were the ones who were agitating for change in 1990s there. One of the goal here was to have Moi repeal an article that did not allow multipartyism. That is one of the reasons why SABASABA had to take place back then. So in 1997, there was also another one. It was not as violent as the one that took place in 1990, because that was a bit fatal. So let me take you to 2023. You know, Raila Amolo Odinga has been trying to attempt these SABASABA rallies. He has been doing them, by the way. So in 2023, there was another one, you know, and this other one was organized by Raila Amolo Odinga, but it was majorly about taking over the government. The call was to take over the government, because there's a plan that after that SABASABA, there was going to be march to State House, but it never succeeded. So I think we know the history about the march to State House. That never materialized, but that was the intention. But the way you know that accessing State House in the form of demonstrations has never been easy. Of course, Constitution has always allowed it, but it has never been easy. So the SABASABA that is going to take place on the 7th July 2024 is for purpose of addressing the issue of police brutality and remembering those people who died when they were agitating for change. So all these SABASABAs, the one that could have taken place last year, where Raila Amolo Odinga was to actually do a march to State House, but it never took place. The march never took place, but the SABASABA rally took place at Kamukunji. So this particular SABASABA, organized by the Gen Zs, is similar to the one that took place in 1990s. So 1990s there, Orengo was there, Raila was there. There were other people, you know, the groups who were born between 60 and 70s. They were the ones who organized the SABASABA of 1990, you know. So if someone was born in 1960, maybe 1965 or 1960, then this person by 1990, this person was 30 years. I mean, the age of the Gen Zs of the day. So for someone who was born in the 1970s, in the year 1990, that person was around 20 years old, the same age of Gen Zs. So you find that what is going to take place, or what is taking place now, or what is going to take place tomorrow, the SABASABA rally, is akin to what took place in 1990, you know, the 1991. But the only difference between now and back then they were fighting the black leaders who had not stopped the habit of the colonialists, the white colonialists, because they were behaving like the white colonialists, despite the fact that colonizers had given power to Africans, to Kenyans to exercise powers on their own, but they still exhibited those colonial practices. So that is what formed the SABASABA of 1990 that was organized by Raila. There was Matiba, there was Orengo, I think Martin Shikuk was there. There's so many leaders there, you know. So 7th of July 2024 will be a determining moment for the youths under the bracket of Gen Zs. Reason why William Ruto had to agree to meeting, to a conversation with the youths, despite the fact that the people who were there, some of them were not even Gen Zs. Robert Alai is not a Gen Z, but he talked there. We're not sure about other people who talked there, whether they are a group of the Gen Zs. But one thing for sure is that Ruto felt the pressure, and that explained why he found himself agreeing to talk to the Generation Z under that platform. And that platform and that conversation has been shared globally. If you look at this, if you look at our channel, the last 3 videos, we also shared that story. You can just go there and listen to the whole story on what on the engagement between William Ruto and those people who turned up for a conversation with him. Mind you, the call of the Gen Zs was that people are to just ignore that that space, to ignore that conversation with Ruto. But there are those people who turned up. So we don't know whether these people were brought by some other state house operatives, or these people just joined on volition. But one thing for sure is that Ruto appeared to be cornered there. And I think the questions there ambazo ziliekewa zote zilimshtua, lakini it's just the beginning of everything. So tomorrow, the 7th July 2024, is going to be a determining moment for the youths. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this call for a SABASABA to take place in remembrance of the fallen youths? Just go below the comment section. You can offer your reaction, and please, you can tell us whether you are going to be participating also. If you are a youth, definitely, I think you're going to be there. Yes. So subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support.